Friends, Jonathan.
No.
Faithful Council.
All rise for their worships, the Mayor and Deputy Mayor.
You may sit down. I won't let you stand all night. Yeah, you can. In accordance with the openness of Local Bodies Regulations 2014, this meeting is being live streamed and may otherwise be recorded, filmed or communicated on other media platforms. The recording of this meeting will be made available on the Council's YouTube channel shortly after the meeting. Both councillors and officers in attendance are reminded to make full use of and to speak clearly into the microphones available at all times. A reminder that mobile phones should be turned off or put on silent mode. Those present at the meeting should refrain from taking telephone calls. And a polite reminder that those members of the public in attendance must not act in a disorderly or disruptive manner or otherwise interfere with the Council's proper conduct of its business. We'll start again. Can we have apologies for absence?
Thank you, Your Worship. One apology from Councillor Ian Ridley.
Item 3, declaration of interest. Is there any? No? Okay. I have no announcements to make. I'll have to do my little speech. Right, it's not going to be long, but this last year has been hectic at times with the Platinum Jubilee, the passing of Queen Elizabeth II and the coronation of King Charles. And I've carried out my duties nearly always with a smile on my face. And hopefully I've not let the council or the members down. I managed to raise £1,275 for my chosen charity, Voluntary Action South Leicester. But more importantly, I have raised awareness of the charity, and if just one carer has reached out and received help from Vassal, then I will be content. Thank you to everyone who has supported me and accepted my quirky ways, for there are many. That is members, officers, Jeffrey and Lily, and especially Joanne and Nicola for their ongoing help. And final thanks go to Paul, who, as you know, stepped in as my consort after the passing of my husband. Paul, you've encouraged me, supported me, reassured me, and even given me the occasional pep talk when the occasion has arisen. And I can't say thank you enough for being at my side this last year. And I'm sure my daughters are grateful too. If it wasn't for you, they would have had to come on all the outings with me. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Your Worship. If I may just interject at this point, the normal protocol would be that the Deputy Mayor would make themselves available for nomination to the position of Mayor for the current municipal year. Councillor Kaufman has made it known that he is not making himself available to be nominated for the Mayor. However, Councillor Adams has made herself available to continue as Mayor for the next municipal year, should she be nominated. It's therefore proposed to take agenda items 6 and 7 together.
Okay.
Appreciations.
Yeah.
The next item then on the agenda, members, is appreciations for the outgoing Mayor.
Thank you, Your Worship. Your Worship, thank you very much for the selfless service and dedication you have shown to the Borough of Albion Wixton. You have been a credit to the role of Mayor and a fantastic ambassador for the Borough, taking time out to meet individuals, thanking volunteers and helping charities. You are a person of great integrity and a role model of how one should be dedicated to their service. Not only you have carried out your mayoral duties, with great excellence, you have also raised a significant amount of money for your chosen charity, Voluntary Action South Leicester, which is a charity providing services to improve the lives of carers in our community. Carers make a vital contribution to the local community, but sometimes feel overlooked. And I'm sure the funds raised will go a long way to help the tremendous work they do. But more importantly, as you have mentioned, you have raised awareness and the profile of the organisation. Your Worship, it has been a busy year for you, making history being one of the first one to attend the King's Garden Party. Possibly the only mayor for generations to be in office under the reign of the Queen and the King. You have been there for our residents through the sad times of losing our beloved Queen and through the happy times of celebrating coronation of King Charles III. And not forgetting that you have seen 3 Prime Ministers in office. So with our deepest gratitude for your commitment to service, I thank you, your consort, your team and the Deputy Mayor for all that you do for the residents of the borough on behalf of the council and on behalf of our residents. Thank you very much.
Jeffrey, you're not going to be my deputy, it's going to be Saz. We'd like to give you those.
Thank you. And also for Lily, with our thanks, especially my thanks for all that you've done, because he's a good round egg at times, isn't he?
Your Worship, or still current, Your Worship. Thank you very much for this kind gift. It's really unexpected. Can I say that my year as Deputy Mayor to you has been, been wonderful to support you.
Thank
you. Circumstances are such that I can't go ahead, but it really has brought recycling. Again, and we've recycled mayors in the past. I've had the honour of twice, and you're twice consecutively. So it's history tonight, so our borough is well up in recycling. You'll have a wonderful year next year. I know hopefully your deputy will be elected in a minute.
Yes.
It's great. It's been an absolute honour to be Deputy Mayor to you in particular. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can I have a quick picture with it, please? Just, can I stand you up?
Yes.
Yeah. With you. Do you want to hold it up? That's right, isn't it? You got it? Right, that's good. Excuse me, just the wrong colour. Why is that? Excuse me.
Camera between us.
That's right.
Yeah, no. Look a bit blue. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take it off.
Yes, please. Yeah. Jeffrey, sorry to...
It's all right.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
I'd like to...
Yeah.
Okay, we move on to agenda 7.
No, 6.
Correctly. That's the election of the mayor for 2023 to 24. Are there any nominations for office?
Thank you, Mayor. Jeff has already said that we've got a proud record of recycling in this borough. So we're going to recycle you for another year and hope you'll go very nicely. I'm surprised about Paul. He's been a very good consort for you, and I know he's learned how to have handbags now and umbrellas and everything else after jug as you go along doing your duties. So I'm pleased to see that. But I'd like to nominate you as the mayor for the forthcoming year. I think you did a wonderful job this year, and I'm sure you do a good job next year. And, it's a proud record, this borough, and on recycling. Because you're not alone, because the county council's recycled their chairman yesterday as well. So, it's quite common now to recycle people. So, hope you enjoy your year. Thank you.
Have we got anyone to second that?
Thank you, Your Worship. I wish to second the nomination for you to continue as mayor for a second term. You've been very committed to the residents of this borough, and I'm sure that you'll do an excellent job as you've already had 12 months of practice. Thank you.
Anybody else? No? Okay, it's been moved. It has been moved by Councillor Bolter and seconded by Councillor Broadley that I be elected to the position of mayor for the municipal year 2023 to 24. All those in favour? Thank you, that means a lot to me. Thank you. Any objections? And any abstentions? No. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Worship. Can I now call upon you to sign and read the declaration of office?
I, Rosemary Helen Adams, having been elected to the office of Mayor of the Oadby and Wigston Borough Council, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of it according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to observe the code as to the conduct which is expected of members of the Oadby and Wigston Borough Council. Thank you. We come now to the election. I have to say something. Yes, very quickly. We've talked about recyclable. So obviously you must think I'm fit for purpose, value for money, cost effective, low maintenance, and in keeping with the borough's dustbin collections, I talk rubbish on a weekly basis. So thank you very much, or is it just that I've got mug on my face? But thank you everybody, I would like your support, and I'd like to thank you all for your support last year as well. Thank you. So we come now to the election of the Deputy Mayor. Have we got any nominations? Councillor Charlesworth.
Thank you, Your Worship. I wish to nominate Councillor Claire Koslowski for the role of Deputy Mayor. Thank you.
We got a seconder?
Thank you, Your Worship. It's a pleasure to second Councillor Kozlowski as Deputy Mayor. I think she will be an excellent Deputy Mayor, and when the time comes, an excellent Mayor. So it gives me pleasure to second the nomination.
Anybody else? No. It has been moved by Councillor Charlesworth and seconded by Councillor Bentley that Councillor Claire Coldwell is elected to the post of Deputy Mayor for the municipal year 2023 to 24. All those in favour? Any objections? Any abstentions? Offer you, Claire. Ooh. And I'm looking forward to working with you. Bill and Ben, I'm sure we will be.
Have a quick photograph of this, ladies. Can I stand you both up?
Yeah.
And just turn into each other. We'll do one of the flowers in a minute, but let me just get. Good thing there, ladies. Do you want to just do one? Just lower the flowers just a little bit so I can see. I'm being across just a touch. One. Thank you very much, ladies.
I call upon you now, Deputy Mayor, to read and sign the declaration of acceptance of office.
Thank you. I, Claire Denise Kozlowski, having been elected the Deputy Mayor
of the Oakville Wixton Borough Council, declare that I take the office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties of this according to the best of my judgment and ability. I undertake to observe the code as to the conduct which is expected of members of the Oakville Wixton Borough Council.
We're coming on now to agenda item 9, the appointment of council bodies and membership sizes 2023-24.
Thank you, Your Worship. The purpose of the report presented to members is to appoint the committees, subcommittees, boards, panels, forums and working groups of the council and the number of members to serve thereon for the ensuing municipal year 23-24. In accordance with the council's constitution, the council must at its annual general meeting appoint all the council bodies it considers appropriate to deal with matters which are not reserved to the council, as set out in part 3 of the constitution, including the fixed number of members to serve thereon for each municipal year. The recommendations are contained on page 3. That the contents of the report and appendix be noted, that the council bodies and numbers of members to serve thereon for the ensuing year is approved. A delegated authority be given to myself as Head of Law and Democracy to make all the necessary amendments to the Constitution therefrom accordingly. Happy to take any questions, Your Worship.
Questions?
Thank you, Your Worship. First and foremost, may I take this opportunity to welcome all members to the Chamber and experienced members as well. I'd like to welcome you all on behalf of myself and my fellow councillors, my Conservative councillors here. I hope that during this term, we are able to engage in as much robust debate as possible. And I'd like to draw members' attention to, I believe, page 5 in the document that was placed on our table, 3.1. The rationale for changes to council body membership size from 2022 to 23. There's a sentence there where it states, where the numbers have been reduced, the purpose is to increase the efficiency of decision-making process of that particular body, and where the numbers have increased, the purpose is to increase the democratic basis of the body. I'm not going to read the entire sentence. That just seems a little bit inconsistent to us, and we were just wondering, looking back at the Constitution, why we have reduced numbers, in particular when we're looking at more scrutiny and hopefully being able to debate things in a bit more of a spirited manner, considering now we've got more of the opposition in the chamber. So that's one question that we have there. But also, we'd like to we'd like to ask whether or not the committee for capital projects subcommittee, whether that could be increased from 5 to 6. It would give us an opportunity to be able to have another member on the committee. And the reason why we humbly request that is simply because it will give us an opportunity for a councillor from Oadby and Wigston to be able to scrutinise that committee. I was wondering if that would be something that we'd have to request as a proposal, or it's something that we can just request directly to yourself as a returning officer. Thank you.
Have a response on that, please?
Councillor Charlesworth, response.
Okay. Councillor Charlesworth. Councillor Charlesworth.
Whilst I thank your comments and where you're coming from, we're now at the voting stage. If you'd done this prior to this meeting, perhaps consideration could have been duly given to your requests. The Officer for Law and Democracy will say this has been settled a little while. I know the elections are recent. But these things change every 4 years. They fluctuate. And of course, a lot is determined on the amount of councillors each group has. So it ebbs and flows all the time. And it's politically fair, as written down under the Constitution. And like I say, I think it's a little late to bring it up now, as we're about to vote on it. And I'm going to move the recommendations A, B and C.
Councillor Hack?
Thank you, Your Worship. I would just like to add to Councillor Chalmers' comments. It is a bit late. We are at the deciding stage. And I would also like to add that in this council chamber, we have a committee system. It means that most of the members get to have their say. We don't have a cabinet system like the rest of the Leicestershire authorities. And also, each member of, whether they are from Oadby or Wigston, they represent the whole of the borough. And the number of members on each committee should not reflect how the committee works or the ability of members to participate. Thank you.
Councillor Coleman?
Yeah. He wants to use the mic. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I just wanted to add the point that we're one of the few councils that have retained a committee structure. That means that there's a committee that makes the decisions, everybody contributes to it, completely unlike County Hall, where the decisions are made by a small cabinet, or we're in the City of Leicester, where one person seems to make the decisions and the other people attend scrutiny. We've deliberately kept over the years against much opposition and much difficulty, including from some of our officers. But that is why we deliberately, as a Lib Dem group, kept the committee system. Thank you, Your Worship.
Councillor Allen?
Well, thank you, Your Worship. I don't think it is too late, to be honest with you. We are dealing with assets that the public or our residents should be able to have representation on. And I welcome your point about not having a cabinet system, but the numbers that have been reduced seems to reflect a decrease in scrutiny. And it's like a halfway house between a cabinet system and a committee system, because there's not as much scrutiny, and we have got more members in the opposition. So why do we not welcome more scrutiny on that particular committee and have one other member from Wigston? Thank you.
Councillor Becker?
Thank you. Whilst I welcome Councillor Allen's comments, it's already been explained to him. This is the decision-making point. That should have been brought up sooner.
Yeah.
You've had your say, you've had your answers. You seem to be setting the tone that you want to continue with. My personal opinion, and the opinion of everybody here, is that we work together in a committee system. Please can we do that and not start arguing from the very start? If you want to work with us, work with us. We are quite happy with what is done here. You have to remember, we are the leading party here. Or not, but we can work with you, and we're quite happy to work with you. So please, work with us. Don't start setting the tone of argument, because we're quite happy to do that if that's what you want, but we don't really want to do that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I second the motion.
I've got two more speakers and then we'll call it the end and we'll the nomination. I've got Councillor Hunt.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Congratulations on adopting your recycled rule. Lord Mayor, my Mayor, I think it's very cheeky of the newly informed opposition to have any say at all on capital projects in this authority. They have systematically removed this authority's ability to do projects the people of Oadby and Wigston require to thrive and move forwards. Your MP has consistently removed the opportunity for this borough to receive funding from this government, And whether you like it or not, in your new role, Councillor Adam, you represent that government and you represent the people that remove funds from this authority and do not allocate resources required for this authority to bring more jobs and better services. Mr. Councillor Adam, you've been in this authority far longer than I have. You know how these systems work. You know when is the right time to do this sort of arguments and not. If you wish to play politics, I'm very happy to join you in that. But you represent this government and the unfortunate and frankly disgraceful attitude it's brought forward and the lack of capital to do the projects that we now have. Thank you.
Point of order.
Carry on.
Point of order, please, Chair.
Councillor Charlton.
We do indeed need to set the tone for the next 4 years. And one of the things we do at this council meeting and all other official council meetings is we talk through the chair, not across the floor. Can I remind everybody, I'm not chiding anybody in particular, but everything goes through the chair. No order. You can't interrupt a point of order.
The worship.
You can't interrupt.
It's not a chair, it's the worship.
She is the chair of this meeting. You're setting the tone then. Fine.
Okay, we welcome the tone.
You want?
Can we draw this to a close, please?
Make a decision on this, please.
Go for a juggler.
Do.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
So the report has been moved by Councillor John, seconded by Councillor Bentley.
And that is to accept the recommendations as set out on page 3, which sets the numbers for the committees for the next municipal year.
You take that to vote now, then take commission.
Okay, right, all in favour?
Against?
Flip-flop, flip-flop, flip-flop.
Yeah. Any abstentions?
I have no idea what they're doing. No idea at all.
What a share.
So it's been approved.
Sorry, Councillor George.
Does it indicate then that the opposition doesn't wish to take a vote?
Yeah.
They really
Yeah, because they've not
Not
nominated.
voted for this, so they declined all posts.
Can we move on, please? I think we've exhausted. We'll move on to the next one, which is the appointment of office holders and members to council and outside bodies. Mr Ball, please.
Thank you, Roger. All the 4 members having now appointed committees, their sizes all year. This appointment office holders at council, chairs, vice chairs, members of the serving committees, boards and forms of working groups for the same municipal year 2024. As members will note at Appendix 3, particularly in relation to the outside bodies, there are a number of appointments where the amount of nominations exceeds the number of positions available. Therefore, with your permission, Your Worship, I recommend that if one of those nominees in excess wish to withdraw their nomination at this point, we hold a contest between the nominees, where I will read through the names of councillors present, and they will indicate for each contested body the name of 2 names or 1 name of the nominees that they wish to appoint. There has been a further update in relation to the outside body appointment for the Oby Village Hall Fund. Confirmation was received from the Oby Village Hall Fund that their constitution sets out that the council is required to provide 2 nominations from the council who need not be members. Therefore, the changes to the nominations from the Liberal Democrat group remains 1 for Samir Hack and the 2nd for David Carter. Your Worship, if you're happy to proceed to deal with the outside body contests first, I would be grateful. Before we go to those nominations, does any nominee wish to withdraw their nomination at this point or wish to make any representations on their nomination to the members?
This bit next.
Thank you, Your Worship.
Joshie, I didn't see you, sorry.
I spoke to David Carter a while ago and about the fund itself, and first of all, I want to congratulate everybody on being elected and re-elected. Well done. But I did speak to David Carter about this village hall fund, and I think it's appropriate, and I have stated that we would like to have one candidate, at least from our party, to be able to represent the cohort of the borough as well as yourselves. I think it just means democracy at play, if nothing else. You don't want to be criticised, and we would like to be part of it too.
Maybe if Naveed unfolded now.
Any comments on that, please? Anybody? That's it?
Your Worship, may I be permitted to remain seated to do the nomination contest?
Yes.
Thank you. Members, I'm now going to read out all members' names in alphabetical order. When I call your name, I want you to give the names of the two nominees who wish to be appointed to the OB Village Hall Fund. Once that is dealt with, we then will deal with the OB Educational Foundation, and after that, the University of Leicester Metallic Guarding Oversight Board. Councillor Adams.
Councillor Carter.
And the second nomination, please, Councillor Adams.
Sorry.
I've got the paper in for
Some, yeah, you've got Pretty or you've got...
All right, and Councillor Hack.
Councillor Adams has nominated Samia Hack and David Carter. Councillor Allen.
This is the OB Village Hall.
This is the OB Village Hall Fund.
Yep, Joshie and Naveed Alam.
Thank you. Councillor Akbar. Councillor Akbar, would you please provide the two names of the nominations that you wish to appoint to the OB Village Hall Fund?
David Carter. Councillor Mihar.
Thank you. Councillor Bennett. Councillor Akbar nominated Samia Hack and David Carter. Councillor Bennett, please.
Councillor Hack and David Carter.
Councillor Bolter.
Sammy Hack, David Carter.
Councillor Frank Broadley.
Councillor Hack and David Carter.
Councillor Linda Broadley.
Councillor Hack and David Carter.
Councillor Charlesworth.
Hack and Carter.
Councillor Choker.
David Carter and Samir Hack.
Councillor Darling.
Pritibala Joshie and Naveed Alam.
Councillor Dar.
Hack and Carter.
Councillor Ford.
Pritibala Joshie and Naveed Alam.
Councillor Gamble.
Hack and Carter.
Councillor Bhattacharya.
Pretty Joshie and Naveed Alam.
Councillor Gore.
Councillors Joshie and Alam.
Councillor Hack.
Councillor Hack and David Carter.
Councillor Hunt.
Hack and Carter.
Councillor Pretty Joshie.
Joshie and Alam.
Councillor Rupert Joshie.
Joshie and Alam.
Councillor Kaufman.
Hack and Carter.
Councillor Kozlowski.
Hack and Carter.
Councillor Lloydall.
Hack and Carter.
Councillor Martin.
Hack and Carter.
Councillor Morris.
Councillor Hack and David Carter.
Councillor Ian Ridley has given his apologies. That leaves Councillor Walter.
Hack and Carter.
Thank you. If you give us 2 seconds for myself and the monitoring officer to tie those up.
To be already. Last year.
Education Foundation, that's.
We have a briefing, because it's what we're supposed to say.
Normal committee.
Rosemary needs a briefing, she sit there.
Yes.
It's number one.
No, I'll do it better next time.
Thank you. The two nominees, to be appointed to the Oakley Village Hall Fund are Councillors Samia Hack and David Carter. We now move on to the Oakley Educational Foundation, in the same roll call will be given.
Foundation.
First indicate which nominees to be called. Councillor Adams.
Councillor Hack and Councillor Hoffman. Well,
Sorry. Councillor Allen.
Pretty Joshi and Samuel Gatturai.
Councillor Athwal.
Sami Haq and Santok Singapore.
Councillor Bentley.
Councillor Hack and Councillor Hadwell.
Councillor Bolter.
Sammy Hack and Sam Atwell.
Councillor Frank Broadley.
Councillors Hack and Hadwell.
Councillor Linda Broadley.
Councillors Hack and Athwell.
Councillor Charlesworth.
Hack and Atwell.
Councillor Chopin.
Councillor Hack and Councillor Atwell.
Councillor Darling.
And Gatturai.
Councillor Dart.
Atwell and
Councillor Ford.
Kibo, Joshi, Councillor Mark.
Councillor Bella Joshi and Councillor Kamal Batsaraya.
Yes.
Councillor Gamble.
Haq and Atwell.
Councillor Batsaraya.
Pretty Joshi and Kamal Gattaraya.
Councillor Gore.
Councillors Joshi and Batsaraya.
Councillor Hack.
Hack and Athwell.
Councillor Hunt.
Councillors Hack and Atwell.
Councillor Pretty Joshi.
Councillor Joshi and Councillor Gatturai.
Councillor Rupa Joshi.
Joshi and Gatturai.
Councillor Kaufman.
Hack and Atwell.
Councillor Kozlowski. Councillor Loyal. Councillor Martin. Councillor Morris.
Councillors Athwell and Hack.
Councillor Ridley has given his apologies, leaving Councillor Walter.
Haq and Atwell.
I can confirm that the two nominees for the Oakley Educational Foundation are Councillor Samia Hack and Councillor Santok Atwell. Moving on to the University of Leicester Botanical Gardens Oversight Board, two candidates are Councillor Samia Hack and Councillor Pretty Joshi. Councillor Adams, just one nomination, please.
Councillor Hack.
Councillor Allen.
Pretty Joshi.
Councillor Atwell.
Hack.
Councillor Bentley.
Councillor Hack.
Councillor Bolter.
Councillor Hack.
Councillor Frank Broadley.
Councillor Hack.
Councillor Linda Broadley.
Councillor Hack.
Councillor Charlesworth.
Hack.
Councillor Chauhan.
Councillor Hack.
Councillor Darling.
Pretty Joshi.
Councillor Dar.
Councillor Hurd.
Councillor Ford.
Pretty Joshi.
Councillor Gamble.
Hack.
Councillor Batsaraya.
Pretty Joshi.
Councillor Gore.
Councillor Joshi.
Councillor Hack.
Councillor Hack.
Councillor Hunt.
Councillor Hack.
Councillor Pretty Joshi.
Councillor Joshi.
Councillor Rupa Joshi.
Pretty Joshi.
Councillor Kaufman.
Councillor Hack.
Councillor Kozlowski. Councillor Loydell.
Councillor Hack.
Councillor Martin.
Councillor Hack.
Councillor Morris.
Councillor Samia Hack.
Councillor Ridley has given his apologies, leaving Councillor Walter.
Hack.
I can confirm that the nominee to the University of Leicester Botanical Garden Oversight Board is Councillor Samia Hack, and I now require, through you, Your Worship, moving and seconded, move all recommendations subject to the appointment. The People's Report. Thank you, Your Worship.
Councillor Charlesworth.
Councillor Charlesworth.
Your Worship, I recommend to Council the appointment of office holders and members and to outside bodies.
Absolutely secondly.
Councillor Latif.
Councillor Gamble.
Councillor, sorry.
I second. Thank you.
Okay.
It has been moved by Councillor Charlesworth and seconded by Councillor Gamble that the recommendations be approved, subject to the amendments arising from the previous rounds of voting
On the contested nomination to outside bodies. All those in favour?
Okay. Those against?
Those against? Any abstentions?
Yeah.
Okay. It has been passed then. Okay, we move on to agenda item 11, schedule of councils and allied meetings 2023-24.
Thank you, Your Worship. This report seeks council approval of the schedule of council and allied meetings for the municipal year 2023-24. Small correction where it says purpose of the report, that should read 2023-24, not 2022-23. The recommendations set out in the report, and I'd like to outline thank you to the Democratic Electoral Services Officer, who's a lot of work in dealing with this schedule. It is a very impact on the office and members' requirements, but he's done it very nicely and very tactfully. Thanks on records to him.
Councillor Charles.
Against. Yes, my thanks to the Democratic Services team for the work. This is always a challenging exercise, I appreciate that. And you will now tell me off because I'm going to say something. I didn't feel it appropriate to say anything until I was actually in post. I now am in post as chair of PFD. The meeting on the 19th of September, neither myself nor the vice chair is available for that meeting. So can I ask that it is rearranged? The only sensible option appears to me is the previous week.
On chance.
The 12th. The following week is full council, so that rules it out there. The week before the 12th is services meeting. I appreciate it might be difficult, but it can't go ahead without the chair or the vice chair. Thank you. And I move with that amendment.
To you, Your Worship. May I suggest that we will change it at a later date? We've had a discussion with the head of finance. I only say that because we don't want to push out the workload for the reporting of committees. So certainly we can change it. It's in the recommendation that we will change it with a date to be agreed at a later point.
Thank you.
Bit more?
Any other seconder?
Okay. It has been moved by councillor Charlesworth, seconded by councillor Hack, that the recommendations be approved. All those in favour? Against? Abstentions? It's been moved. And then we come to agenda item 12, which is my basic announcement. We noticed there's no mayor making food this year due to the shortness of time with the elections and everything, but I am hoping to have something in the summer which I'd like you all to attend. And there's just one final thing before I call the meeting to an end. We have a birthday. Happy birthday, Samuel. You thought you'd get away with it, but you won't get away with anything with me.
Thank you very much, Your Worship.
Okay, the meeting now is closed. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
All right.